You set him free.
We did set him free.
I'm free.
Hello.
Hi.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
So obviously, it wasn't the most straightforward affair. It did take 3 maps. And when it comes to training with a new player, I guess those high-pressure situations are the thing that you can train for. So what did you learn about Yabi and the way he plays with you in this series?
Yeah, I think the Inferno T side wasn't too pretty. We had a lot of like 2v2 scenarios and stuff, so I could sit here and be like, yeah, you know, 2v2s, they can go either way. But to be fair, it was not like the best kind of 2-on-2 scenarios. They knew where we were caught, no grenades, this kind of stuff. I just think they used very good utility on Banana and the way they blocked us on A and stuff like this, got some openings. So yeah, it wasn't so good. In terms of practicing the high pressure situations, you're completely right. That's difficult to train. Janko knows this as well. And yeah, I think it's good for us, and that's also the mindset we had going into the third map. Like, that's more practice, more experience coming our way.
Listen, I know you just played the series like all the way, so you can get an extra map with Yabi. So you know, in day 1 you played 4 maps, right? Get more experience. But my question is, basically, since the sample size is so small, with how things have been going in practice and so on, what is it that Yabi brings to the table that maybe you've been missing a little bit with Refresh?
It's a good question, because I think Refresh was a super good player as well. And I mean, you don't have the same 5 people for 18 months if you don't believe in that kind of team and that kind of environment. So it's, I mean, maybe people outside will think numbers-wise, it's not like the biggest shoes to fill, but Refresh did a lot of good things for the team. So what does Yabi bring more? I think maybe sometimes a small initiative in the round, like let's sit in this smoke together, let's double peek this. He's really good at that. I've told him as well that maybe sometimes let's not always do the double peak. Let's just, you know, retreat as well. But the kind of small micro movements with his guy next to him, you know, is something that he's good at. So the overview has just become a little bit better.
Okay, as a final question, we're looking at the big picture, of course, for Heroic. You've always been very straight about your aspirations. You want to get to that final or that semi-final on the biggest stage. Cologne is arguably one of the biggest opportunities for that. But seeing how you just made that roster change, what do you feel about your chances right now in this particular tournament to do that?
You know, that's the political answer, and then
give us the real answer.
I mean, I believe we can go far. I believe we can do it. People sometimes talk about honeymoon, especially my young players, and I tell them, like, you can call it honeymoon if that's what like you need to tell yourself in order to believe that we can go all the way, you know. But I think that practice has been going really well. Like you said, we played 4 maps today, and three of the maps that didn't get double digits. You can argue against the opposition, like what kind of level are they? This is obviously not FaZe or Na'Vi and stuff like this. All in all, I think that like playoffs is like, that would be good for us. Because this is also still a stepping stone for the next season, you know, like no one else other than us and maybe Spirit has really changed at this point. It's kind of awkward to do it one tournament with one tournament left of the season. But I don't want to use the I would just change the player excuse. Like, let's just fucking show what we can do, and I believe we can go all the way. So I'm telling my boys this as well.
Yeah, we always get a straight answer from you, but I think you are right? There are not that many teams that have made those changes. So the best of luck for you, cadiaN.
Thank you so much.
And for Heroic. And we're going to go over to Freya, who's going to give us